body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Testanor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny the remainder of the day with a gentle breeze at 11 miles per hour coming out of the south and temps near 72. Tonight we will have a mixture of very light showers and partly cloudy skies and be quite warm at 65. Raining lightly tomorrow and a high 68. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you thinking of doing a fundraiser? Well, Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan says, let's raise some dough. Earn up to 50% profit with a Krispy Kreme fundraiser in-shop or online. So let's raise some dough. At Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
Do you hear a squealing sound when you're braking? How about a clunking when turning? Shaking while under acceleration? These are all problems that Alford Tire and Service Center in Callaway can solve. With our friendly staff and trusted mechanics, we here at Alford offer a wide variety of services to keep you on the road and driving, which comes back with our nationwide warranty and easy financing options. Located in beautiful Callaway on Central Parkway, we do it all at Alford Tire and Service Center.
Panama City, your car is filthy. Your house is a disgrace. But do not fear. Martin Karab is here. At MK Evolution, we terminate dirt, obliterate grime, and crush filth with the force of 1,000 flexing biceps. Full car details so clean, your reflection will say, hasta la vista. Pressure washing so powerful, your neighbors will salute you. Call MK Evolution now at 850-319-2323.
Your pets are our priority at Southern Hospitality.
Professional in-home pet care to meet the needs of you and your pet.
Vacation pet care, dog walking, adventure hikes, wedding pet attendant, and more.
Southern Hospitality experienced team provides a safe, nurturing, and stimulating environment your pets will thrive in.
You'll even receive reports with photos and real-time updates of each visit.
Talk to Southern Hospitality? Call us now, 850-805-7387.
Bonded and insured.
Panama City Toyota, your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdogs are on the air.
Live and local.
Weekdays from 4 till 6.
This thing is going to be a financial and cultural disaster.
The Afternoon Underdogs.
Whopper, 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 whopper.
The Afternoon Underdogs are on the air. ESPN Northwest Florida.
If y'all want a whopper of things that people don't care about, just go subscribe to adamgolf.com. Is that a real website? Absolutely not. But he will feed you details on how the Reds are not going to make the playoffs one more again, or how Louisville deserves to have a 6 seed. Actually, that is one thing I do subscribe to, though, is Louisville should have had a higher seed than the 8 seed in the tournament. And we'll find out if Benji Bombadella, he is our local sports reporter here for the Panama City News Herald, if he agrees. We also have Caveman Rick back there. We will not have Morgan here in the building with us. She's got some family issues going on, but just continue to send her your thoughts and prayers. I'm David Hayes. We're the Afternoon Underdogs, and this is ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. How are you doing today, man? You had a vacation over there, my old stomping grounds back there in Tampa, Florida, St. Pete, Florida.
Yeah, we went. The wife and I went to Madeira Beach. What is that? Just east of Tampa last week. Got away for a few days. Went and checked out a spring training game, Yankees and Tigers. That was pretty awesome there in George Steinbrenner Field.
You mean very awesome?
Isn't that what I said?
That's what he said.
You said very awesome?
I'm not. I think I
thought
did.
you said pretty awesome.
I said very.
Yeah, either way. Either way, pretty very.
You know, my ears haven't been working as great lately, so there we go. On to the next one.
Phenomenal experience there, and got to see Tampa, which we hadn't done before. So really, really cool experience, and we can't wait to go back down there. So, and it's not a bad drive. It's like 6.5, 7 hours.
It's not a bad drive. Great fishing, and then when you go at that point in time of the year, you got great baseball to go along with it. Caveman Rick, you're looking like a curmudgeon this afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm always looking like one, man. Why the hate today all of a sudden?
I don't know. But we're gonna pivot the hate, and we're gonna go into a very thankful attitude. Benji, you look happy today. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing very well. It's a great day to be alive.
It is.
It's a great day to be alive.
Great day to be alive. How do you feel about that, Caveman Rick?
Yeah, from a curmudgeon. Yeah, great day to be alive. Let me tell you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 111 people who have got themselves into the ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge. But if you don't get to 150 by the time that the day's over, don't ever.
Not really. Come on, man.
Don't ever listen again. That's not true. That's not true. Keep on listening. We do appreciate you guys listening and everything that you guys bring forth. But hey,
and it's free to sign up, right? There's no login or password.
You know
or
what
anything.
I found out today? I didn't even know this. Like, we'd probably already be at 120, which is what my goal is. I just found out today that 250 is the grand prize.
What do you mean the grand prize?
The grand prize. If you are first place, you get $250.
Oh, from the station?
Yeah.
Look at Randy. Let's go, Randy.
And they said that, like, okay, I guess we're just going behind the scenes today.
For free, you can sign up and win $250 as long as your bracket comes in first.
Which he said that's the same as last year. I'm like, I don't remember what last year's was, but I don't think it was
that.
I think it was 250 Buffalo Rock products, like you know what I mean, like not 12 packs, but like
12 packs.
Right, you get like 20 12 packs. That was your price.
12 packs. Come on now, you know how to do mathematics better than that. Come on, didn't you catch some fish over there in Madeira Beach?
We'd actually go fishing. No,
you didn't go fishing at all.
No, it was more of a kind of see where we're at, check out the area kind of stuff.
If I go there, I better go fishing.
Facts.
Well,
that's where I grew up.
We're heading back in September, so that's part of the plan is to go over to the Skyway Bridge. They have the old bridge there.
You catch some stuff there that you can't catch down here, like snook.
Snook.
Yes.
I get
100% agree.
Fully aware of the situation.
What is snook?
Snook is like
another
saltwater bass.
Yeah, like a big bass, big mouth.
They're protected, though.
What do you mean they're protected? You can catch them?
They're protected.
No,
like, you have to have a special license in order to catch.
You have to have a stamp. It's like
what?
Yeah.
Like,
when did that happen?
That's if you want to keep them.
Well, with Red Tide,
that's not what happened when I lived there.
No, with Red Tide and everything that's been going on,
Red Tide
limited the ability for fishermen to catch them, and if they're they're not as endangered or whatever.
I don't think
as protected
as
tarpon.
Man.
Hold on.
Wait your turn.
Red Tide actually took out quite a lot of them, especially down in that area, which we had Red Tide here a few years ago. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad as what they got down there.
Smells disgusting.
It's awful. So But there's a special permit.
What are you white folks talking about today?
But there's a special permit you have to have in order to keep a snook, and it has to be in a slot just like redfish does for us.
Yeah, it's bureaucratic nonsense, man. It's a way for them to make money. It's the same way you have to have if you have a hunting license, you also have to have a special stamp if you want to like hunt for ducks for each different duck species. So it's just a way to get more money out of you.
How many ducks are you hunting for, cuz?
I don't hunt ducks, but I know people that do, and you got to have
we're
one
hunting
for like
for
a
fish
wood
right
duck
now.
and one for like a dang mallard duck or whatever.
Isn't it just duck?
No.
No, they got
Duck
different
Hunt,
ducks.
right? Was the video game?
Yeah,
Duck
that's a
Hunt?
video game. Yeah, right. But we're talking about official business.
But I'm saying, like, if I shot mini duck, I would still be
If
correct.
you shot mini duck, that would be a small duck.
No, that's not M-I-N-I. It's mini, M-A-N-Y.
Oh, M-A-N-E.
Yeah, like plural, like
well,
multiple.
you have to delegate your spelling before I can even
I was just expecting you to pick up what I'm putting down. But
No, I can't do that, man. You spent too much time over there in Madeira Beach. My goodness gracious, what are we even talking about right now? 850-215-6290 is the number to call. I will also say this though, is that's kind of ridiculous. Like when I lived down in South Florida, we just caught snook. Whenever we wanted to catch snook, we didn't have to say, hey, look, I've got a permit for that. But times have probably changed, and that's just...
Or you just didn't follow the rules. Like, my nephew...
This guy just wants to throw me under the bus.
My nephew
like,
went fishing
bro,
once
I was a kid.
with his mom, and, like, she took him fishing. He caught a tarpon, actually, a young tarpon. He kept it, filleted it, took it home, and not supposed to do that. So I'm telling on you, Kyle. But anyway...
This guy, hey, dry snitch of the year. Keep me Rick, y'all.
I think the statute of limitations has run out on that.
It doesn't
now.
matter. You're still snitching.
But the fact of the matter that he didn't know, he didn't care, and neither did his mom.
Neither do you, bro. This is crazy.
I knew
I'm
the law.
supposed to be your roommate, and you're just over here throwing snitching out like nothing even matters, right? We're just gonna snitch.
Hey, I mean, like when it comes to
I don't
fishing,
like it.
I follow the rules.
Well, there you go. This guy follows the rules.
So September, when we go back, there will be fishing. How about that?
There will be fishing. Well, if you take him with you, then
Hopefully there won't
maybe
be a
you won't
hurricane.
break any type of laws at all. My goodness gracious. So you are a Bengals fan, right?
100%.
You still stand by that?
100%.
All right. Let's start with Benji then. How did you feel about the Bengals going out there and spending $160 million for 4 years for Jamar Chase, and then they go out and spend 4 years, 151, right? 115.
25 million, I think, a year for T. Higgins.
Okay, we're all over the map. But how do you feel about them going out there and re-signing their two best receivers?
Well, I mean, they had to do it, but all that money.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not on with us on Facebook right now, does Banshee look festive?
He looks like he just got back from Hawaii.
He looks like he's on spring break
like
right
he's on an
now.
episode of
He's that
SpongeBob
guy
SquarePants.
he's that guy on those TV shows that are on Hawaii that have the hut where they rent out the surfboards and stuff. That's what he is right now.
There we go. All right. Yeah, back to you,
He's the
Banshee.
island mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for the offense, yes, but I don't think it doesn't solve anything, especially if they're unable to re-sign Trey Hendrickson. But, I mean, to keep Chase had the best wide receiver year last year. And, I mean, T. Higgins, it's one of those things where it's like, how much ambition does T. Higgins have with the thing of, does he want to become a wide receiver one at some point? But then again, it's like he gets this contract, he can wait out these years and then just become a wide receiver one somewhere else. So, I mean, overall, I think it's a good move by the Bengals.
I think he has an easier role.
Oh, wait, no, we're going to go straight to
I was just going to say, I think he's got an easier role to play because Chase is the number one guy. He's not going to get the best DBs and stuff stacked up against him every game, so it's going to give him an opportunity to catch more balls. T. Higgins goes to a team and becomes a number one wide receiver. I don't think he's as good.
So you're saying that this is better for T. Higgins, that he's in this situation?
Yes.
Actually, I have to... in your opinion on this as well, Banji, I have to agree with that, though, right? The way that he put that is not, there's no pressure on T. Higgins, right? The pressure really isn't on either one of the wide receivers. They got their money. The pressure is on the defense of the Cincinnati Bengals, as it was last year. And where did that go? Absolutely garbage can. And Joe Burrow. So how do you feel about it?
I mean, am I happy with the timing of it? No. It should have been done last year, beginning of the year, or even during the season, which, I know a lot of folks don't like the contract negotiations during the season, which I get. But at the end of the day, though, when Higgins at the end of the season dropped his former agent, what is now a former agent, and went with Jamar's agent, you kind of saw the writing on the wall, right? Am I happy that they locked both of them up for the next 4 to 5 years? So now we've got Burrow chasing Higgins and that three-headed monster. 100%. It should have been done a year ago. But again,
better late than never.
They can say that, right? Because hindsight's always 20/20.
I hate that. I hate that terminology.
Okay. So if Chase had come to the table and said, well, I want X amount, and even if it was just over, Jay Jetta's contract, I'm sure his agent at some point is going, now look, the NFL has raised the salary cap each of the last 3 years. It's going to go up again, right? Why don't we hold out another year? You play on the rookie contract, and you're going to get more money at the end of the year. So, it goes both ways, right? It's not like the Bengals just have this carte blanche ability to just go, sign this right now, you're good. Yeah, right? So it takes two to tango.
If he gets hurt, though, then he can't do that. Then, all that goes off the
right. So there is a little bit of the onus is on him to show up, be healthy, and perform, right? Which I would say we all think he did last year, Chase. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And as far as Higgins goes, I think there's still pressure on him just because.
Really?
I do. Because if you think about him being the number 2 wide receiver in terms of salary, he still has to show up every day and do the work. He's still got to show up. He's still got to show out. So, particularly if that offensive line doesn't improve, then everything's going to be on him and Burrow and Jamar. So, again, do I love that they did it right now? No, but I don't know all the minutia of what happened behind the scenes either. So, people were saying, well, they just wasted all that money. It's like, okay, well, they still saved money making these moves in the salary, in the cap, right? Which you want to talk about dead money and cap money and all this other stuff. The cap is imaginary. It's not a real tangible thing. It's you can manipulate it however you want to. Teams do it all the time. But signing Jamar Chase and signing T. Higgins to these deals saved them, I believe it's in the realm of like $12 to $15 million this year, which does free up money for them to go spend money on some free agents. And then as far as, their draft picks go, because they're going to have to sign them as well. Now, the issue is, are the Bengals actually going to spend the 100% of their cap?
No.
Which they have not proven that they're able to do.
Garbage.
Or are they going to sit on it?
Sit. Yeah.
And
rotate.
And wait for something to happen, right? So, for me, I look at it like, I'm happy that Burrow's got his weapons. Now the emphasis is on Al Golden and that defense to show up and do their job, because we know the offense is going to perform now, right?
Yeah.
So,
do we actually know that?
I was
I do.
You got to spend if you want to compete.
Yeah, come on, say that 28 times.
I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Actually, no one wants to hear your voice 28 times. But what I will say, it is, do y'all remember Old School?
Yeah.
It's his birthday. So
Happy
can we
birthday,
say,
Old School.
Happy birthday, Old School.
The original curmudgeon.
The OG
come
curmudgeon. On now,
you can't
listen.
touch me, man.
Well, yeah, because you're way worse of a curmudgeon than what Old School ever was.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, dude. Not even comparable.
You're trash.
No.
Jeez.
Y'all disagree with me?
I don't think Rick's trash.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I'm refuse.
You're what?
Refuse.
All right. Wow. We do have Benji Bomandella in the building. I'm Trash David Hayes. We have Golden Boy, Caveman Rick in the building.
Sustained. Hell yeah. Sustained.
Hey, you know, if I'm going to call someone else trash, might as well call myself trash along the way. And we also have Adam Goff, who's a big Cincinnati Bengals fan, and we're still wondering why in the hell do you like the Cincinnati Bengals?
So grew up an hour and a half from Cincinnati.
For punishment, yo.
850-215-6290. It was very nice to see Will Palfrey this afternoon picking up a prize package from yesterday's trivia question. We have a brand new trivia question for you guys this afternoon. That'll be coming up at 4:40. All right, we have spent this whole entire time doing nothing but talking nonsense.
Okay.
Fair?
Yeah.
Pretty normal.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have this thing called March Madness coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so with March Madness coming up, let's start with your dark horse picks, and that cannot be Louisville.
Okay. Define dark horse. Are we talking 3 or worse? 3 or less?
No,
or are we
they
talking
absolutely could be. If you were to have said Louisville's my dark horse, I'd be like, okay, absolutely, I will accept that. But this guy, no, he has to come up with something else.
Define dark horse.
I got one.
Put him in.
Dark horse needs to be anywhere outside of the top 2 seeds.
That's not
a dark horse.
I'm giving you the benefit.
5 and below.
5 and below.
Right, I like that even more so then.
Like the store, 5 below.
There we go.
No, exactly. So spend $5, sucker.
I have mine if you're not ready.
No, go ahead. I'm going through the list in my head right now.
Number 13, Yale.
Ooh.
Yale is my
Sneaky.
dark horse.
Oh, and they got Texas A&M, which we're not going to have Morgan with us on this beautiful Wednesday, but she is a big-time Texas A&M supporter, so there's that.
That's a tough one, man. 5 and below. Like, if you'd have said 3 and below, I probably could have given you a little bit better one. Let me get my bracket pulled up here.
I haven't even
We'll
done
give you
mine
time
yet.
for that. Wait, do you have your bracket already ready?
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right, so while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and ask Benji some questions, all right? Because I'm right there with you. I've already got my bracket filled out. I went chalky. Did you go chalky?
No.
Champion.
See, but here's the thing, though. And
here we go.
I'll very much admit, like I said, I have 25 brackets.
Oh, that's fair. But what do you have a bracket that to you is more meaningful than any other bracket?
I have 2 actually, though, because I'm split.
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2. For me, it's 1. But I'm like, if you think that I'm not going, and I'm not saying you, Banshee, but I'm saying I'm going home tonight and I'm working on more brackets.
Oh, yeah.
Like, tonight's the night, right? I made my initial one. That's over and done with. I know that that's not going to be worth a flying F. But here we are.
Yeah.
Right now. So, let's start
I've
with
got mine, by the way.
Oh,
my dark
well,
horse.
That's irrelevant now.
Okay.
I actually want to know what's your
VCU. If you look at if they can get past BYU, which is a
Thanks,
tough thing.
Benji, for ruining my
You look at their region. You got overrated Wisconsin. You've got Vandy and St. Mary's. Alabama, who couldn't guard me.
Vandy, though.
Alabama could guard the hell out of you, boy. Come on now. Have you looked at your skin color lately?
What?
I'm being racist.
But VCU, I think, is very sneaky there in that region.
Okay.
Have you looked at his skin color
I
lately?
thought we were going to the...
Yeah, I was like, go to your 2, right?
No, we're not doing that. We ain't got time for that. We're going to go ahead and take a break. You guys are riding with the Afternoon Underdogs. And if you guys don't know, Adam Goff is whiter than a ghost underneath a daggum white comforter on a Thursday afternoon when the sun is brighter than it could be.
Larry Bird was too.
Larry Bird was too, but there's a big difference in Larry Bird and Adam Goff. I do best believe you should understand that. You're riding with the Afternoon Underdogs. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back with White Boys Takes on this Thursday after. Oh, it's Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon. We'll be right back.
Auburn fans, let's hear it.
This is an open 3.
You've earned this one. ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for the SEC champion Auburn Tigers. Congrats. Congratulations to Coach Pearl and the Auburn Tigers for a historic season. And we're not done yet. The madness is just starting. Listen to the Tigers plow through the tournament right here. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny the remainder of the day with a gentle breeze at 11 miles per hour coming out of the south and temps near 72. Tonight we will have a mixture of very light showers and partly cloudy skies and be quite warm at 65. Raining lightly tomorrow and a high 68. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Do you want to eat like a local? The Local 115 is now open. Local drinks, local sports, and local food. Delicious oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbos, salads, paninis, wings, wine, and cold beer. Nothing fried. That's right. No fried foods at Local 115. Amazing local food with an exciting local sports and mural theme. Eat like a local at the Local 115. 115 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
They're number one in the men's room.
I hope this place comes with toilet paper.
The Afternoon Underdogs.
Oh, geez, this is going to be a photo finish.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
On you hold.
Oh, hey, looky here. We've got Adam Goff, we've got Benji Bumandella, and we've got Caveman Rick. We are the Afternoon Underdogs, and if you have not gone to ESPNPC.com and clicked on the Big Bracket Challenge, then you are missing out. And I don't know what else to tell you beyond that.
$250 you're missing.
And
okay.
And I just found out
have all of these reasonings to get in here, and I love it.
And I just found out that my wife, Ms. Carla Goff, is going to be throwing in a dozen custom cookies from Bite Me Custom Cookies and Treats to the winner as well.
When you say custom, how custom are we going?
She can put whatever picture you want on a cookie.
Does
like, do you want like 0-17 Titans on there? She can do
0-17, cuz come on now, that was right there around your Bengals now. When it comes to wins and losses, yeah, I know, and the Bengals.
You're our number one pick, remember?
Y'all actually throttled the Tennessee Titans, and Joe Burrow was like, we should put up more on these guys. It's like, just because you can't put up more on the rest of the league doesn't mean you got to dominate the freaking childs of the league, right?
Yeah, that you do. Well, it was their former quarterback coach was the head coach, so they had
Brian
to do something.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you there. 850-215-6290 is the number to call or text. All right, which direction are we going? Well, we got to get into some local sports action, right?
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, let's get into our baseball power rankings.
Baseball? Okay, well, we could get into that.
He's like, I was liking the direction that the show was.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm all for it. So, I mean, at number 6, we do indeed have Rutherford. They're 5-8 on the year right now, and then at number 5 we have North Bay Haven. They're 5-6, and then at number 4 we have Bay. Bay's 9-5.
Ooh,
and they're 4th.
That's kind of a good lead, though, or a good record to have at this point in time of the year. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's good, right? But here's the thing: it's like this. It's the whole strength of schedule argument. Because their strength of schedule is 4.4, and Mosley's 6 and 7. I have them at number 3. Their strength of schedule is 13.6. So it's one of those where, Mosley's facing more tougher competition. They might have the worst record, but they're ranked higher, or even according to MaxPress. Mosley's ranked 106, Bay's ranked 177.
Wow!
Despite being 9-5. So, yeah, it's something incredible. But then I have Arnold at number 2. They're 10-5. They actually picked up some wins against Georgia powerhouse Marist 14
That was a big one you were worried about, but then here they come.
Because they're 14-time state champions in baseball. So I was like, that was the big one that they got the 1-0 victory, and then they also beat Providence and McClay. So now they're back to 10-5. They're back ranked to number 37 in the state of Florida and number 5 in Class 4A. And then consistent as always, Bozeman's number 1. They're 13-1 on the year. Since that loss to South Walton, they've gone, I believe, 10 straight victories now. So, yeah, they're number 17 in the state of Florida.
They're not slowing down anytime soon. So we'll ask Adam Goff. He is our baseball prognosticator. Prognosticator. No, I like
I'm a good guy for baseball, yeah.
No, he is a hater on baseball.
No, not at all. Love baseball.
Okay, then we're not even going to ask you then.
No, go ahead. Go with the question.
No, if you're not going to play the role that I solidified
I might
for
be
you,
able to. You just got to tell me what the question is.
I want you to be a curmudgeon.
That's Rick's job.
No,
now I'm taking Rick's job.
You're the rain cloud. Get out of here.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
See? You see what I can do?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
All right, let's just big games going on in baseball this weekend.
There's actually none really because it's spring break.
Yeah.
And everyone's having fun going to the beach.
Are you okay with that?
What, spring break and everybody going to the beach? Yeah, it means I make more money.
Yeah, as long as they're not trying to burn like high-rise condos down.
Yeah,
this is
true.
towels.
Wait, what? Did we end up finding out like
It was
what
a towel.
There was a kitchen towel and a stove that got lit
that they
on
walked
fire.
around the condo with. Instead of just like throwing it in the sink and turning on the freaking water faucet, they like wandered around the house with it.
Rick.
And like, well, I mean, like when you're a kid, you learn like stop, drop, and roll. You learn like the simple things to put out fires. You don't like run around with a towel in a condo.
What?
Like
that's not part of the directions?
The toilet or something.
Apparently, they never watched Backdraft either, because when they threw the towel out onto the balcony, lit the balcony furniture on fire. Then it got so hot it busted the glass. And then when they all left, they left the door
but did
open.
they think that? Did they
left
think
the
that
front
Stone Cold
door
was coming
open.
in?
No, but they left the front door open, and all that did was just create a vacuum, and everything just sucked up in there.
Sucked up in there, man. Sucks to be sucked up.
Like
sometimes.
a black hole.
Yep.
Sucked it all in there.
Okay, 850-215-6290. You guys can give us your calls and text this afternoon. Banji is ready for him, right? You're going to be spending the rest of the afternoon with us, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, he is disappointed.
It's like overtime with Banji.
Overtime with Banji. We don't have Morgan, though. She's been having some things go on with the family, so make sure that your thoughts and prayers are there with Morgan Hilliard. Okay, so where are we at right now? Do we want to talk?
Let's go back to March Madness, all right? That's the hot topic.
That's where I want to go to.
Let's go March Madness.
So first off, your thoughts. Last night, North Carolina just absolutely beating the curmudgeon out of San Diego State. What'd you think about that when everyone's saying San Diego State does not belong in the tournament?
No, North Carolina
doesn't belong.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
you guys know what I mean to say. I don't know what I mean to say.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of what, all the hype was about how North Carolina doesn't belong, doesn't deserve, how West Virginia was mad. Their governor had like a whole rant about it. And, I watched some North Carolina this year, and I kind of was on the side of they don't really belong in there. But after last night, how they dismantled San Diego State. It was one of those things where once you get out to that 20, 30-point lead in the first half, it's like, unless you have some all-time runs in like San Diego State, they were not hitting anything. Nothing was going down.
And unless you have a North Carolina run against Duke like that in the semifinals of the ACC, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, North Carolina was dead in the water in the semifinal. They were down by 24 in the first half. I think it was 24 even in the second half. And they come back, and unless Jalen Withers doesn't have a lane violation there with 2 seconds to go or whatever, North Carolina wins that game. So I think North Carolina showed. Do I think they should have been in the tournament based on their resume? Absolutely not.
No, hell no.
Absolutely not. But it's what you do with the opportunity that you're given. And if the North Carolina we saw in the second half of the Duke game and the North Carolina we saw last night is playing against Ole Miss,
lane violation,
it's going to be nasty for Ole Miss.
All right, so they'll have a lane violation that'll move them on.
Like North Carolina is in the tournament like every year. San Diego State, like they don't sniff the championship ever like in the tournament.
They were in the Final Four a couple years ago.
They were runner-ups in 2023.
Right. So they like made a run. Like
their
one
defense
time.
was strong.
What I'm trying to say though
too.
is you got a team that's all the time in there, is used to being there. You got a school that's not. I would expect the team that's normally there to usually have a better showing than somebody who's kind of
That's
a lot
valid.
of times glad to be there. You know what I
It's
mean?
valid reasoning.
It's valid.
Yeah.
Reasoning is neither here nor there, right? Like, why are we using reasoning?
It's what if Wednesday.
Okay, all right. Then I will take that. Alabama State ended up winning their first tournament game ever.
That was a
right?
phenomenal game.
I mean, do y'all think that either one of the tournament games will be as tight as what Alabama State and St. Francis was last night?
Potentially, yeah. I think the
Potentially,
NCAA does a pretty good job of finding the right matchups in those games in Dayton. I mean, that arena up there, I think, is the perfect spot for these first 4 games. The crowds get wild. Everybody, really, really gets into it. Do I think we see another 30-point blowout like we had last night?
Heck no.
But you could probably see
that was the worst loss ever for San Diego State, or one of their top 3 losses of all time.
I don't know though. Like I could see Alabama beating Robert Morris by like 50. Like I can see
Texas.
This guy has been bit by the good mosquito.
Oh man, I shouldn't even said Alabama. I mean, Auburn could probably be Alabama State by 50. Yeah, I don't know why I brought up Alabama.
But no, Texas Xavier, I think, is going to be a good game. People sleep on Xavier.
What's the number looking like in that game?
The spread?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm pulling it up right now. All right, so for Texas and Xavier tonight, it's a Xavier 2.5. So where do we ride? Right there. I mean, this is one for me because I'm going to put some money back into the old.
I think Texas wins.
Okay. All right, good, because that's where I was going to go with that. Where are you?
I've got Xavier moving on.
All right, so exactly.
Texas is another one of those teams like North Carolina.
With Texas, baby.
Texas is one of those teams just like North Carolina I felt like didn't belong. I felt like West Virginia and IU should have been in instead of those two.
I agree.
I think most people agreed with you that North Carolina didn't belong, but then can you say, after last night, can you say that North Carolina didn't belong? Or does it take a tournament win? Does it take a...
You still can.
So if they win, if they get to the Sweet 16...
They still didn't belong, but they've done everything they can while they're there. So they're taking advantage of the opportunity that they were given. It still doesn't mean, I still don't think that they're worthy to get in. They were 1-12 versus quad 1 this year.
Yeah, I know. Shouldn't that be like the number one overwhelming rider is your record against quad 1?
Helps when your ADs are the chairman of the board.
Well, they said he had to step out when they discussed that.
Yeah,
exactly. They did say that. I mean, hey, Banji has had to step out of conversations when they sit there and talk about who's the best. Just humor me
keep on
here.
going. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Well, when they're sitting there talking about the best team in Bay County when it comes to high school football, Banji has had to remove himself from the conversation because he is the overwhelming factor in what it comes to who's the number one team, right? And so Bubba Cunningham had to do that with the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Spot on.
Exactly. And if Banji's sitting here saying I was spot on, even if he's sounding facetious right now, which he most definitely is, he's right. I can't blame him. Banji, you're right. I'm right. It's just one of those things.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, who's one of your dark horses?
VCU.
VCU?
Yeah.
Who's their first round opponent?
BYU.
Oh, man. That stinks because one of my dark horse
is BYU.
It's BYU.
The first round matchup I'm looking most forward to is Kansas and Arkansas.
Is that not one of the best storylines when it comes to when it comes to storylines of the game? It has to be Bill Self versus Coach Cal.
Well, and then the winner of that one gets potentially Rick Pitino.
Oh,
spicy, saucy.
They just put all the old guard in one corner of the bracket.
Well, I mean, Calipari Patino matching up in the second round. It's made for TV right there.
Oh, yeah. That's probably going to be the most watched game.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Outside of that game, what is the game that you're looking forward to the most from round one?
I think, and I know it's biased, but I think the Louisville Creighton game is going to be incredible.
I think that's the hardest one to call.
It's absolutely tough to call because Creighton,
I would say it's
Creighton
the
is
toughest.
a 9 seed is I thought was underseeded. Us as an 8 seed, I think, is criminally underseeded. That game right there, I think, is like if you're Auburn, you're probably looking at that game and going, "What contest in hell did we lose?" Right?
Yeah.
I mean. Here we are, the number 1 overall, and we have the toughest 8-9 matchup.
And that second round game would be played in Lexington.
100%.
That's even
75 miles from Louisville.
Imagine that. Y'all basically get a home game.
I'm down. If they're going to punish us with an 8 seed and having to play the number 1 overall seed potentially in the second round, it better be in our backyard.
Speaking of backyards and birds, like we had in our group chat, I think Blue Jays are tougher than Cardinals. Just my thought, though.
And what say you?
Cardinals all day long.
No, we're not talking about the actual teams. We're talking about the actual animals.
Yeah, I am. Cardinals all day long. Blue Jays are nasty, but they get winded fast. They just, because everything's real quick. The Cardinals have the endurance and the stamina.
All right, 850-215-6290. Someone go catch me a Cardinal. Someone go catch me a Blue Jay and bring them up to the station ASAP. All right, what you got there?
Blake with RVA Sports Cards. They're on Whatnot. If you're on Whatnot and you have a chance to follow, he does a single show. He's absolutely hysterical. And he has great deals. It's a great show. He's tuning in, and he wants a lock-it-in upset pick in the first round.
Lock it in. Ooh, who's starting here? Because this is somewhere I want to stay away from, but we have so many that we have to dive into. We are also, at some point in time, after we get through a break, we're going to, yesterday we started the bracket of mascot versus mascot, so that's what we're going to be doing this afternoon. Man, there's so many directions to go
so
here.
real quick, are we going to go upset by seeding, or are we going to go upset by...
You just wouldn't expect
just like upset by I could possibly see that, but it's still not technically an upset. So I'm just curious on that. For me, I could say Colorado State all day long is going to just pound Memphis, but that's a 12 versus 5. Right? You know what I mean? I would see Colorado State as a favorite in that game, even though there's 7 seed lines behind them.
I'm not too sure about that, but
okay.
But see, for me, the whole I'm buying into the whole Will Wade hype with McNeese.
After he's announced he's leaving,
right there with you. Wait,
I'm buying into all the.
Wait, he's leaving.
He's going to NC State.
Yeah. I'm buying it.
Announced today.
And that's announced today. That's breaking news. And dadgummit.
But yeah, I think McNeese, is the lock pick to beat Clemson.
Okay.
I think so. That's an upset. They have no business even being there.
I'm just going to go off of my bracket and see if I can pick one out for you guys. I'll go Drake over Missouri.
Yeah, I thought about that one, but then I've heard a lot of good things about Drake. I've watched a Drake game before.
Drake is very good.
Yeah, Missouri.
Do right and kill everything. That is the artist representative of that.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I like Drake over Missouri. I mean, here's the thing. We got 14 SEC teams in there. How many of them are really going to move on to the next round?
I don't think an SEC team wins.
Don't they have to, though?
They have to.
You have to win the championship if you're going to sit here and have this conversation of you're the best conference
SEC
out
superiority.
there.
If the SEC wants to call this a successful, attempt or whatever, they need 4 of
the
the
only
8.
SEC guy here that we have here today.
They need 4 of the 8. They need 2 of the 4, and they need the champion. I think that right there speaks to dominance.
4 of the 8. I'll say you need 3 of the 8. You need 2 of the 4. 3 of the 8. You need 2 of the 4, and you need at least one team in the championship, and you got to win the championship. You have to win the champion. How many times have we seen a conference have the most teams go into, March Madness, and they sit there and do absolutely nothing? I mean,
if you go back to the Big East, right, the old Big East before
2011,
before
they
the
had
expansion
11 teams,
and all that stuff, right? So you look at the teams that were in those tournaments, right, with the Georgetowns, the Villanovas, the Connecticuts, the Louisvilles, and they just beat the dog butt out of each other all season long. Yeah. And it was let go, right? Like the officials let it go because it's Big East basketball. And then they get to the tournament, and what happens? They try to play that way, tighter whistles. It changes their game. You have Georgetown losing to Florida Gulf Coast University in the first round, right? Yeah. You had Virginia, or not Virginia, but there was another one that I was really, really disappointed. I think it was Villanova before they went on their run. They dropped one. I want to say it was maybe to... was it Hampton? Was it
Jay Wright was talking about it before? I think
it was a Virginia team. Maybe Richmond Spiders. I think it was Richmond Spiders. Maybe. But yeah, so I think a lot of that could happen with the SEC. It just depends on what those matchups are, right? But if the SEC gets 4 of the Final 8 or 4 of the Elite 8, I think 2 of the Final 4 and the champion, no matter who it is. Right, I think it's a hugely successful thing. The thing I'm watching is can Rick Barnes finally get over the hump and get Tennessee to the Final Four?
No way.
Can he get him to the Final Four?
No,
because Tennessee's never been.
No.
Actually, I do have Tennessee in the Final Four, but we will reveal our Final Four as we get a little bit closer to our final segment of the afternoon, which will be 5 o'clock, because we'll be running till 5:28 this afternoon before we get you to the Final Four. The first 4 final action of this afternoon. You guys are riding with the Afternoon Underdogs. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. Give us a call or text 850-215-6290. 6290. I was going to say this.
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Connected
to your favorite sports talk hosts.
The Coach James Hale Show.
You're listening to Inside Drive live.
The Afternoon Underdogs.
And your favorite teams.
Braves winning!
We're live on the app. Tune in, Alexa, ESPNPC.com, Facebook, YouTube, and in your car at 101.9 and 104.3. Wherever you go, there we are. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Sunny the remainder of the day with a gentle breeze at 11 miles per hour coming out of the south and temps near 72. Tonight we will have a mixture of very light showers and partly cloudy skies and be quite warm at 65. Raining lightly tomorrow and a high 68. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
Pound the like and crush the subscribe. Follow us on social media for the latest sports news, scores, and updates. Keeping you in the game. Now back to the Afternoon Underdogs, ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're back. It is our final segment of the first hour this afternoon. I'm David Hayes along with AG, also known as Adam Goff and Fano. We also have Banji Balmadella and Caveman Rick. I don't think we ever got to the softball.
It's all good.
All right, well, real quick, softball power rankings.
Softball, 6 is Bay, 5 is Rutherford, 4 is Mosley, 3 is Bozeman, 2 is Arnold, and 1 is North Bay Haven.
All right, there we go. North Bay Haven, they are on a tear right now. All right, we're going to get into the tournament mascots bracket whenever we get back. But for right now, let's start with our Final Fours. We'll start with you, AG. Who do you have in your Final Four as it stands right now?
I have. Let's get it pulled up so I know.
Do you want to do
accurate.
like by the
Oh,
regions?
Chef Ross also. Yeah, we can do that.
Like South.
Chef Ross also says that UNC wins Friday too. I believe
That's
they
what I
play
said.
Ole Miss.
That's what I said too. Yeah.
Oof.
I have Auburn coming out and playing St. John's. I'm a big Patino guy. I think he's got those dudes rolling. I know they don't shoot the ball particularly well, but everything else they do extremely well. I've got Duke playing Tennessee in the other Final Four.
Oh, okay.
And I've got Duke beating St. John's in the championship.
Wow. Okay. All right. I guess I'll go next. Coming out of the South, in my math with this is, or my reasoning is that the number one seeds are not all going to be there. And I think out of the South, they had their number before this season, Texas A&M.
Okay.
Texas A&M comes out of the South, so no Auburn.
Well, Morgan would be absolutely happy with that, but that's not
See,
factual.
And
Anyways, keep going.
And I know it's kind of contradicts me with my Yale dark horse pick.
Well,
but
you can have a dark horse and say they don't make the Final Four.
Exactly right. But I mean, they would have to beat Texas A&M in that first round. But anyway, Texas A&M from the South. From the East,
tough.
From the East, I'm gonna say Duke. I think Duke is that number one seed that actually makes.
You know why I went Duke, and it wasn't anything to do with ACC. It's the way that team played without Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
Now you throw Cooper Flagg back in that mix.
Oh, how dangerous are they?
Stupid dangerous.
It's so hard
that's where
to
I'm at.
pick
where it's
against them.
It is.
From the West, I think Florida's making the Final Four. I think Florida beats St. John's, honestly. Like, that's what I think. In that Elite Eight game, I think Florida beats St. John's. And then you said Tennessee, but I think Houston to beat Tennessee. So
I like it. A lot of people have been fading Houston. It's like, this is their year, though.
Yeah, like this. Like, out of all the Houston teams, this is to me their best one defensively, especially. So it's like I don't see a world where Tennessee beats them. I don't think Tennessee even gets that far. I think Kentucky beats Tennessee, honestly.
See, I think Kentucky loses to Troy.
Really?
What?
They have no point guard. Adafe Owe is their point guard. He cannot do it for 40 minutes a game.
Adafe Owe? Ain't that the Ravens?
That's the guy who, he's the guy who had the big shot against Oklahoma for them to win.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And his name is Adafe Owe, right?
That's the outside linebacker for the Ravens, Adafe Owe.
Either way.
He has to play point guard for them. They have no point guard.
Tega Owe.
Thank you. Sorry, I got my first name mixed up.
And that is why you never try someone from the News Herald.
So he's playing point guard because, the other two are out. They're going to have to rely on Bria to shoot the ball, to shoot lights out. I feel like we're on, and they haven't looked good in the last couple of weeks. I feel like that Troy is primed to have an upset there.
Interesting.
But that's why another reason I have Tennessee going there is because of how they are playing right now. I think they just ran into a buzzsaw in Florida.
Okay.
In the tournament.
I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, I feel like anyone who's running into Florida right now, and it's going to end up being wrong because so many of us are sitting there either taking Duke or taking Florida.
Watch UConn just beat Florida. Just watch that.
And that's a very viable option that ends up happening.
It's going to suck, though.
Right, it is. It's going to stink a little bit, yeah, no doubt about that. But that's where I'm at right now is if you're sitting here asking me my Final Four today, it's Florida taking care of business against Maryland to move on to the Final Four. Then you have Houston beating McNeese to get to the Final
McNeese
Four.
Going all.
I got McNeese going to the Elite Eight.
Okay.
All right. Then I have Tennessee beating Illinois to get to the Final Four. You get, especially if you're going so chalky, you have to figure out some ways to get to get some of the higher seeds in there. Exactly. Then I have St. John's beating Texas Tech to get to the Final Four. So my Final Four teams are actually that's
that was the Elite Eight.
Yeah, that was the Elite Eight. I got Florida beating Michigan State. I think Michigan State, man, did they have the greatest Big Ten showing? No, but they still have a coach who says get on the boards.
You think they beat Auburn? Michigan State? You think Michigan State beats Auburn?
That's where I have it ending for Auburn.
Really?
There's two sides of that.
I don't know if Michigan State has enough offense to stay with Auburn.
I don't think they make it even that far, honestly.
And I agree with that. However, when someone is a Alabama fan, they,
fade Auburn quick.
fantasize over things and how
just like Kentucky losing first round to Troy, or Oakland last year, right?
That's where we found.
I was like, what is he talking about? But you had good reasoning, but I was still just like, no.
Well,
the reason sucks when I find out that you're a Louisville fan.
There's a personal component there, but there's still facts to back it up.
Okay, all right.
So, what was your Final Four again?
It was Duke, Houston, Texas A&M, and Florida.
And who's winning it? On the spot. Let's go, Benji. On the spot.
Houston.
Over.
Well, it's going to.
He's flipping coins in his head for those that can't see.
It sounds like Sonic over there.
Okay, Houston over Florida. Okay, got it.
All right, so I've got Florida over Michigan State in the Final Four, and then I have Duke over Tennessee.
Y'all really believe this much in Tennessee?
I don't. Because if I
feel like, no, I do believe in them because of their defense. I think Rick Barnes will have their defense.
If Ziegler can stay out of foul trouble and can hit even 40% from the three-point line, Tennessee is going to be a super tough out.
So here's what Tennessee has to beat. They got to beat Wofford. Do we believe they could beat Wofford?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Easy money, right? Then next, it would be either UCLA or Utah State. Do we believe they could beat both of those teams?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so next it would be primarily Illinois or Kentucky.
I don't think they beat Kentucky.
I've got them playing Illinois right there.
You really you think Illinois beats Kentucky?
I think Illinois beats Kentucky. You have to have some sort, not you personally, but me. I have to have some sort of upsets along the way, especially if I'm going to go so chalky in the Final Four and have 1-2, 1-2.
There's two things that you need in tournament play. Actually, three things.
Well, the first thing, guys to be able to.
The first thing is you need defense, right?
Yeah.
The second thing is you need great guard play, and the third thing is you need a great coach, right? That can get those two things going. Kentucky. New coach in terms of to the program. Yeah. They have no point guard play whatsoever. Their guard play is absolutely just trash, to use David's word. That's why I don't believe in them. And they don't play defense.
Came up with that word.
They give up an average, I think, of like 82 to 85 points a game or something.
Yeah, but it's March Madness, man.
I know, but that's what it means the most.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That and I don't like them.
So then what? It'd be Tennessee versus Illinois. You think Tennessee?
I've got
the battle of oranges there, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I have until tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. to make some changes. Okay. I just want you to know that, first and foremost. Secondarily, yes, I do think if it was Tennessee versus Illinois today, I think that it would be a close game. Mm-hmm. But I think that Tennessee would outlast. I mean, honestly, if Tennessee has a better showing against Florida, then a lot more people are riding the Hodges of Tennessee than what they are.
They beat them
today.
by like 20, though. What
What did Florida do to every team?
Yeah, your team,
played?
Alabama, beat them by 30. So I don't.
When did we beat them by 30?
No. I'm saying Florida.
Yeah, they beat them. Yeah, they beat them by 30.
Tennessee by 20. So what's this Tennessee?
The fact of like what did Illinois do to show you like that they belong?
Well, I think what he's asking is why do you think Tennessee over Florida at this point? And I
don't think Tennessee over Florida. What are we talking about? I don't think Tennessee over Florida at all.
I'm just trying to figure out what's this all Tennessee like. Tennessee's this great team.
Their defense.
Okay, where was that against Florida, though?
I think they ran into Florida at the wrong time.
So I think
they ran into Florida at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. I think the only team Because Florida was hot.
Yeah,
right?
Florida absolutely.
Right.
That's my champion.
That's my point. So what I'm trying to say is in terms of my bracket, why I have St. John's over Florida is it's going to take a rough.
You have St. John's. I don't have that.
It's going to take a rough and tumble team that can out physical Florida. And get them off their game. And that's what St. John's does best. That's what Rick Pitino does best. He takes away your best weapon, and he just beats the snot out of you and beats you into submission. That's why I don't think Florida makes it, but Tennessee does.
I just think there's too many challenges.
Because Tennessee has an easier road by all stretch of the imagination. If Kentucky somehow comes out of the into the Sweet 16, Kentucky goes to the Final Four. But I don't think they make it that far.
They beat Houston if they do? You're saying?
See, and that's a team that I'm, and that's again where I might go back and change things.
I'm not big on Houston.
See, I am big on Houston because I've been big on Houston in the past, and that might be my fault, right? But this year, they can shoot the three. They've got defense as good, if not better, than anyone else, right? What are they, top two in defense?
Do we always say that every year about Houston, though? I feel like once it comes tournament time, it's like they're this team, that team, that, and that. But
right. That's why I'm scared of them.
Yeah,
that's why I'm scared.
Can we all agree that the Big Ten doesn't get another national champion this year for like 25 years in a row now?
I don't think so. Right. Because I have Florida winning.
Yeah, I have Duke.
All right, so then, I mean, how about that though, right? You're sitting here, we're all sitting here, and we're talking about, our champions.
We're all going to be wrong by that.
Right. No, we're definitely going to be wrong in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But we're sitting here and we're like, this conference is this and that conference is boo-hoo or whatever, and it's like, at the end of and everyone's all over the SEC. Outside of now, where it's like you get 14 teams in, like this can't be reality. But if you don't win the championship when you get 14 teams in, is this season a wash for the SEC? I asked this to Max yesterday. What are y'all's thoughts?
It depends on what happens in the Elite Eight and Final Four.
I know you're a big SEC homer, so
right. But like I said before, I think it's a failure in terms of the 14 teams getting in if you don't get half of the Elite Eight and half the Final Four and the champion. If they come up short on either one of those things, if they say they come up and there's 3 in the Elite Eight or 2 in the Elite Eight, but they end up getting the championship, absolutely, it's a phenomenal season. They don't win the championship, but they get 4 and they get 2. I still think it's a great tournament show out because it's hard to win those 6 games in a row.
But my thing is, the whole thing with, there's 14 teams, but like in reality, 7 or 8 of those teams aren't that great. I'm looking at it like Oklahoma, Missouri, and Georgia. I'm just like, I don't see them going past the first round. So it's like that's already taken 3 away from that.
You
14.
can throw out Texas, who's playing tonight.
Exactly, right. So it's like
Vanderbilt.
Exactly. So I'm just like, that 14 could easily go down to like 8 or 7 after like the first round or second round. So now you're just like, just because they have 14 teams, it's like, it's top heavy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
in my
100%.
opinion, it's top heavy. Granted, yes, they had to qualify, they had to get in, they had to be selected, but I don't believe in the whole hype of, I don't think it's like, oh no, it's the end of the world, because it's like, I just think of like college football with the SEC winning all the times that they've won or how many teams they get in the college football playoff. It's like, if it doesn't happen for you one year, it might happen for you the next year or the other year, the year after that. So I don't think it's like the end of the world if an SEC team doesn't win this year.
It's tough to do.
850-215-6290. We've got Caveman Rick who's like, let's take a break. And I'm sitting here saying, what's your final 4 teams, cuz?
I ain't done my bracket yet.
So stay tuned for
Ladies
Thursday
and
or
gentlemen,
Friday
this
show
guy,
when Caveman Rick will reveal his final 4.
I'll reveal it in a couple weeks.
No, you can reveal it when we get back in the next segment. You guys are riding with the Afternoon Underdogs. This is ESPN Northwest Florida. We're looking forward to hearing from you and also projecting what Caveman Rick's Final 4 will be.
The next evolution in sports talk radio. We're back! On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdogs.
Hello.
The only live after you can win fantastic prizes from amazing local businesses every day.
That's right.
4 to 6 weekdays. The Afternoon Underdogs.
It's mayhem.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Wednesday. A variety of very light showers and partly cloudy skies tonight with a moderate breeze at 13 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest, and look for the low to be 65. Tomorrow morning, there will be a mixture of light sprinkles and some clouds with the temperature reaching 64. Sunny in the afternoon and evening with a high of 64. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
MLB is incoming, and you won't miss a game. Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most major markets. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Just $45 a month with our promo code ESPNNW. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the Scorpion TV logo.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
He likes to lift weights in a parking lot and eat Weight Gainer 3000.
I'm really starting to feel out nasty.
David Hayes is part of the Afternoon Underdogs on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're back. Caveman Rick, do you have your Final Four yet?
Yeah, all chalk, all number one seeds.
Oh, easy peasy lemon squeeze.
That's not going to stick. I'm just saying that just because.
Yeah, he's like, I want to move off your tail, huh?
He wants to get to the mascot challenge, Dave.
Oh, is that what it is? No,
not really. I just haven't done my bracket. I still got like 16 hours before it's got to be in.
Look at he's salivating over this mascot challenge.
Yeah, exactly. 850.
None of my mascots.
215-6290. It's your last chance to get in. I would like to see us get to 150. I don't know what we're at right now, but I would like to
250. $1 for every person involved.
I mean, fair enough.
Let's do it.
I would definitely like to see that as well. But the truth of the matter is we're sitting at...
People need to get in, man. Like, let your 8-year-old pick them. Probably got a better chance than the rest of us combined.
We're at 114 right now. I would like to see us get to 150. 150 sound good to you?
Works for me.
All right, 150, and Benji said 151 would sound even better to him.
Yeah, like a bottle of Bacardi, man.
Even better with that. All right, we'll dive into our March Madness mascots side of things here. We've got the Gators and the Spartans of Norfolk State.
Spartans.
And how it's going to work is you guys will vote, and if y'all, tied, then I'll break the tie. So, Gator or a Spartan?
Spartans. They're tough, man. It only took 300 of them to battle.
One-on-one, though?
Yeah, I think so. They got swords.
Yeah, but, they said, what is it, like Gators move like 30 miles per hour or something like that?
Oh!
Let's say they're both on opposite ends of an arena.
Bringing facts and stacks.
Each other. Well, Spark could just throw a spear or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Spartan.
Yeah, go Spartan.
Give me the guy with the sword and the shield and the armor.
I was definitely going to go Spartan or Gator if we got to that realm. But the Spartans move on. They're as a 16
Sorry,
seed,
Kyle Albritton.
So we'll have a 16
Florida
seed
Gators
move
die.
on. How about a Husky or a Sooner?
What's the definition of a
Sooner?
A Sooner is somebody that got to a property in the Oklahoma territory sooner than somebody else.
That's so lame. Take Husky, please. That's so lame.
That dog.
Is it Husky?
That dog will hunt.
Give me Sooner, because they dealt with some. I mean, if you ever played Oregon Trail as a kid, they went through some stuff, man. Like, they went through some stuff. Big Fred knows about the Oregon Trail, so I'm gonna go Sooner.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make Judge Rick, who if what's her name? Morgan was here. She would call you Judge Rick. So we're just gonna make you the judge instead of myself.
All right, that's cool. Well, I'm going to take the husky. Give me the dog. I don't want somebody that ran ahead of other people and cut in line.
Thank you.
Give me the dog. Husky.
Thank you.
All right.
I hate a line cutter.
Let's go. We got the Memphis Tigers and the Colorado State Rams.
Tiger.
That's tough.
It's a tiger. Come on now. So you don't have to. Really
I gotta go Tiger here.
Yeah, probably
We're just gonna
Tiger.
eat the freaking Ram alive.
Unless a Ram's headbutting the Tiger don't got a lot of
Yeah,
chance.
is the Ram getting like a sneak attack in?
Well, where territory? Like if a Ram is
The Ram is from Colorado State and the Tiger is from Memphis.
No, I'm saying like if you're in the jungle where a Tiger's at, the Tiger got the advantage. If you're like in the mountains
We're
where
in a neutral arena.
If they're on the rocks where like only the Rams can stand
and stuff, yeah.
I can see where Rick's coming
But just give me the Tiger though, for sake of argument.
Home field advantage. Who's the lower seed?
Oh, it's Colorado State.
Then give me the Rams.
The better seed. I mean.
Oh, Memphis.
So they're at home.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it would
Give me
be
the Tiger.
the home. It would be in the jungle.
All right, then we're going to go with a turtle, also known as a terrapin of Maryland, taking on the antelopes of Grand Canyon.
Oh, I'm taking the antelope, but like turtles are gonna be tough it'd be tough to get through all that shell and stuff.
I
like
think an
that.
antelope can stomp the turtle, outrun the turtle. Give me the antelope.
Hold on, Judge.
I'm going to go Terrapin just because he gets a hold of one of those ankles of that gazelle. It's going to go down.
All right, Judge, now you.
Yeah, antelope, no.
All right, Grand Canyon moves on. This is going to be one of the craziest brackets that we've ever filled out. Next, we have the Missouri Tigers taking on the Drake Bulldogs.
Tiger.
Yeah,
Tiger?
Tiger.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this Michael Vick's Bulldogs or is this...
How were they trained up? In what way were they?
Bulls, not Bulldogs.
Okay, God, thanks, Rick. Thank you for the clarification,
You're
Judge.
Texas Tech, they are the Red Raiders, Suwoo.
Pirate.
Taking on the UNC Wilmington Seahawks.
A Raider.
Raider.
R, give me the Raider.
Well, yeah. You don't come into play unless they tie. But we will take your answers every single
Rick,
time.
you don't count unless we need you.
All right, how about this? And we'll start with you, Rick.
That's
all right,
fine.
just for S&Gs. S&Gs, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Hey, I gotta run this a little bit. We've got the Jayhawks of Kansas or the Razorbacks of Arkansas.
Yeah, give me a wild pig, man. I'm bored.
All right, what do you guys say?
Pig suey.
Sure, that thing.
He said that thing.
Arkansas, it is. All right. Then we have the Red Storm of St. John's versus the Mavericks of Omaha.
Red Storm, like what? Like actual just storm.
It used to be Redmen, but then they changed it because of the like the Redskins kind of deal.
Okay.
So they
Really?
Yeah, it used to be the St. John's
They
Redmen.
used to be the Redmen,
like you had
named after
Syracuse
tobacco?
Orangemen, you had Syracuse Orangemen, and you had St. John's Redmen.
So if you're Redmen, not good. If you're Orangemen, okay.
No, they changed them both. It's now Syracuse Orange.
It's sexist.
You don't remember that?
Men.
But you're young, so
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you go from Orangemen to Orange.
so they
like,
changed it to
I don't
the
care.
St. John's Red Storm. I want to say
I think it's stupid on you to get that far.
Who, me?
No, not
Oh,
you.
I'm like, what did
No.
I do?
No, Lord, no. I'm saying like it's stupid on Syracuse to go that far to drop 3 letters from your name.
That was the thing of the year at that time.
I think most of us can
trend.
agree, like getting rid of Redskins to go to football team. Okay, like you got to do what you got to do, but now you're the Commanders and you don't even like it, and most of your fans call it the Redskins still. Dumb, right?
Okay. Red Storm, it's basically just like red lightning.
Okay.
So think of it in that terms.
Have you ever seen Red Lightning?
No.
Me neither. But go ahead.
What? And Omaha was the Mavericks?
Yeah, Mavericks.
Isn't that just like a horse?
No, I think it's like a cowboy.
Yeah, it's like a guy who rides on top of the horse.
Well, I'm not woke, so I'm going to go with Omaha.
Yeah, give me the
Great answer. Go ahead.
ride the lightning.
All right, so St. John's moves on, and AG's like, wait, is this how this is supposed to work out? So we'll move on to the Midwest bracket. We've got the Cougars versus the Cougars. Cougars of Houston versus SIUE, which is Southern Illinois Edwardsville.
Ooh, a cougar from Illinois.
It's a middle-aged woman.
Yeah, so would you rather
That's
have a
middle-aged
cougar from
woman.
Houston or a cougar from Illinois?
I feel like a southern cougar is better.
I like cougars a lot.
Neither of them are southern, though, really. I mean, you have one that's Midwest and then
Southern
one that's
Illinois.
Texas, just
like,
Texas as a
it's
whole.
like Southwest.
Yes, but
I just like cougars in general.
But that's like saying, is Kentucky or Tennessee the South really, or is it just mid-north?
Mid-north?
Look at Benji getting with semantics over here. He's getting all semantical.
It's like with Virginia. I'm like, Virginia's the North. Like, what are we doing here? But like, oh no, it's the South. Like, no, Virginia.
No, it's because it's below the Mason-Dixon line. Civil War. Virginia was
This isn't
South.
1882 anymore. Man.
I'm just telling you, man. That's the facts.
What facts?
North and
cougar
South
versus
man.
cougar,
Civil War.
but we're talking both animals here and not Zach Wilson like prey, right?
We're talking whatever you guys want to talk about because I'm laughing
Put
right
down
now.
cougars and we're good to go.
The Cougars gonna win.
Cougars are going to win. I'm going to just assume that we go with the Houston Cougars there. And then next we have Bulldogs versus Bulldogs. So Georgia Bulldogs or Gonzaga Bulldogs?
Well, I'm
Would
a
you-
Georgia Bulldog, so.
I think Gonzaga's Bulldog is nastier. Ugga's kind of lazy.
I like the Georgia Bulldog.
He's lazy, though.
But there's been like 16 Uggas, so you got to choose out of those 16.
Now, what do you say? You got Gonzaga or you got Georgia?
Georgia.
So Gonzaga or Georgia?
Gonzaga's been there a lot more
All
than
right, so
Georgia.
Georgia it
Georgia's
is.
lucky making it. No, Gonzaga.
No.
Overruled.
All right,
Gonzaga.
we're going to go Georgia
The
Bulldogs. All right, that sounds good.
Okay, man, your vote just doesn't count, apparently.
No, it does. It does. He was
Whatever it's
busy. He was
convenient.
busy. He was talking to
wasn't
LSU
busy.
Jeff.
He was speaking and you cut
were
him
busy.
off.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. It's true. But
It only matters when it's convenient. Yo. It's all right.
exactly.
Okay.
This guy knows what we're talking about here. Clemson or McNeese? Tigers or a Cowboy?
Tiger.
Tiger.
What the heck are you? What Tiger's going to beat a Cowboy?
Well, the Cowboys back in the day didn't have a gun really powerful enough to take down a Tiger.
Okay,
in one
LSU
shot.
Jeff is going to come on the line and help us out a little bit here. Hey, Tiger or Cowboy, cuz?
He's a Tiger. He's LSU Jeff. He's
I
gonna
don't
say
care.
Tiger.
Let's answer honestly or get off the phone line.
No, I'm completely honest with you. I'm not biased. Well,
so you're
sometimes I'm biased.
So we're going, we'll wait.
This time I'm completely unbiased on it. And, I mean, it's Tiger over Cowboy any day.
There you go. See?
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm throwing up him on
Write it down. No, don't put down
I already
Cowboy.
threw it up.
You put down
I already
Cowboy.
wrote
Write
it
down
down.
Tiger.
Can someone give me some water? Purdue versus Boilermakers versus the Panthers of High Point. LSU Jeff, since we have you on the line, humor me. What do you have here?
Well, I know what a Boilermaker is. It's an engineer.
Do you not know what a Panther is?
Well, I know what a Panther is, but, I mean...
Just making sure.
I don't know. I mean, I hate to... I don't eliminate it for being like a human-type mascot.
It's not a human panther, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well... I'm going to go with Purdue. I'm going to go Boilermaker.
Okay. So you like trains? All right, good.
That's hilarious.
You guys train?
Give me a train.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then that will work. We're moving on to Purdue. Then we have Illinois and the Fighting Illini. Indians, is that fair to say?
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That is an Indian tribe, yeah.
All right. And then Texas and Xavier, and they will play tonight. Will Texas do Xavier like North Carolina did San Diego State last night?
No, I think Xavier wins.
Oh,
Yeah.
you like Xavier? You like Xavier?
It's close.
Yeah, X-Men.
LSU Jeff, who you got?
I'm going to go Xavier.
All right. Well, we got 4 people sitting here saying
means
Xavier.
Texas
I'm going to
gonna
go
win.
Texas. Yeah, I'm going to go Texas to save our souls here. All right. So Fighting Illini or / Longhorn or Musketeer?
Ooh.
Give me Musketeer.
Nobody has Musketeers.
I have
It's kind
Musketeer.
of like an anomaly.
I mean, that's like one of the worst candy bars of all time.
Whoa!
Yeah, it is. Three Musketeers not very good.
Whoa!
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
No.
Yeah, it sucks.
No.
Sucks.
I actually like y'all, man. That's crazy.
I like Three Musketeers.
Everything has changed since we started talking about our affinity for candy bars.
We gotta do like a candy tier list or something, because that's horrible.
MJ and LeBron discussion has nothing on candy. Nothing on candy.
Who's your final four in candy bars?
Oh, Three Musketeer.
Okay. Milky Way? What are you going
No,
to say
Milky
next?
Way's disgusting.
Skittles? That's not even a candy bar.
Okay, first, are you gonna let me talk?
No, I'm not. It's my show.
You
bro.
know what? Underrated Payday.
Ooh,
Payday is good.
That's a good one, and it is underrated.
Candy bar. You know what? Classic milk chocolate Hershey.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm a
yeah.
big
Talk
fan.
dirty to me. Okay.
I like
Gotta
the
have Reese's cup, right?
But that's not a candy bar.
Yeah, it is.
We're here in Easter time, and they got those things called Reese's Eggs. Ever heard?
I'll take a regular Reese's peanut butter cup.
Fred said
Over the
Big
Reese's
Fred says Butterfinger and whatchamacallit.
Man, that's why you're on the internet, cuz.
Snickers.
That's why you're on the internet, cuz.
Butterfinger is good though.
Yeah, Butterfinger.
Put it in the
What
freezer.
about Mr. Goodbar? Any of y'all fans?
No, I'm
Mr.
not.
Goodbar.
What?
It's okay.
That's it.
This guy!
right.
You're Three Musketeers over that?
Yes.
LSU
Crazy.
just settle the score. Is it Mr. Goodbar or is it Three Musketeers?
Three Musketeers over that.
All right, goodbye.
love
Don't
you,
ever you
man.
call back again. All right, while we have you on the line still, though, we're moving on. We've got, who do we I don't even know who we
Musketeer.
have moving on.
Musketeer.
We got Xavier moving on. Okay, all right. I'm with it.
We ain't gonna get done with this.
Let's go Kentucky. We've got 12 minutes. Caveman Rick, just hold your horses, cuz. We've got the Wildcats of Kentucky versus the Trojans of Troy. Will they ever protect you? Trojan or Wildcat?
Trojans.
On the phone, we have Trojans. She loves the Trojans, especially if she's wearing orange.
Trojan.
All right, so the Trojans. This is crazy. All right, moving on to the Bruins versus the Aggies. UCLA Bruins versus the Aggies of Utah State.
I'm gonna go Bear. Give me the Bears.
Oh, is that what a Bruin is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bruins.
two Bruins.
Yeah.
Waiting on you.
The Bear.
The Bear.
The Bear.
The Bears.
All right. The Bears. All right, UCLA moves on, and then we have the Volunteers versus the Terriers.
Give me
So
the Terriers.
that's a dog versus a dog, isn't it?
No, their mascot. I see where
It's
you're
the
coming
dog,
from.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they're just actual.
But they're volunteers. They just volunteer to lose.
It's weak. It's so weak.
That's what. Listen, if you're a Volunteers fan, you have volunteered your livelihood to just be trash. Not trash. That's strong. I'm sorry. That was wrong of me to say. You volunteered yourself to be a loser for the rest of your life.
What about volunteering for a golf tournament? You have to pay to volunteer.
Listen, all of the volunteer fans can say, well, how about the last two times that y'all came to Neyland Stadium as an Alabama fan? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Y'all been doing well there. What about you, LSU, Jeff? Who you got, Volunteers or the Terriers?
Volunteers. My daughter had a great tour at Knoxville. She decided not to go there.
Yeah, I
but
don't blame her at all.
They have a volunteer camaraderie and everything there at the university.
Wow.
It sounds a little woke.
Just
It sounds a
blows
little
me
woke.
away.
Yeah, we don't like woke over here.
Yeah.
LSU, Jeff, we had a little baseball on today. We had the Cubbies versus the Dodgers. What'd you think of that series?
Oh wow! You know what? I didn't watch any of it. But that's played in Tokyo, right? Not Subway Series.
Tokyo Series. It's close.
Tokyo
Real
Series.
close, though.
I mean, look, I'm not a Cubbies fan, and I am partial towards the Dodgers. Who ended up winning
That's
the series?
disgusting.
2-0 Dodgers.
Yeah, 2-0 Dodgers. 6-3
4-1
and
and
4-1.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll work.
All right, well, let's move
they have a
on.
lot of stars.
All right, we're going to go a little bit more fast-paced here. Are you ready, LSU, Jeff?
Hit it.
All right, let's
Real
go.
quick, before we get in there, I'm sorry. Let's
Yeah.
get LSU Jeff's Final Four picks.
Okay. Yeah, and let's do that, and we'll dump you, LSU, Jeff.
I have to look it back up, but I had a 2 seed.
You have to
Is Michigan
look up
State
your
a 2
Final Four
seed?
picks?
Yeah, well, I have Michigan State winning it all. They're a 2 seed, right?
Okay, so you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have Duke and Houston, and I forget the fourth bracket.
Probably
I guess it was
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah, I would imagine it would be Florida
right.
at that point. LSU Jeb, thanks so much for the call, my friend, and thank you for calling along with us and listening to us. You have a great afternoon, all right?
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's get through this as fast as we possibly can. We're going to start up here in the South. Auburn versus Creighton. Well, guys,
Tiger versus Blue Jay. Tiger
versus
for
Blue Jay.
mascots.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Auburn. Tiger. Yeah.
Tiger it is. All right, we got a Wolverine of Michigan versus an Aggie of Texas A&M.
Wolverine.
Wolverines are nasty.
All right, we've got an Aztec of San Diego State versus a Cyclone of Iowa State.
Cyclone.
Tornadoes, yo.
Yeah, they're pretty. I guess that's going all the way. We've got a Marquette Golden Eagle versus a Spartan of Michigan State.
Spartan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Spartan. I like Eagles, though.
All right, we've got a Spartan of Norfolk State taking on a Husky of UConn.
Spartan.
Yeah,
all right,
got to take the guy with the sword.
All right, Tiger versus an Antelope. Tiger of Memphis, Antelope of Grand Canyon.
Tiger.
That's
Antelope is tiger food.
That is America's national animal, right?
Tiger or no?
No.
What is it?
Bald eagle.
What?
My dog.
George
Bald
Washington,
He did not ride a tiger anywhere or anything. I don't know where that's coming from, but
Are
no.
you serious?
It's bald eagle.
Look, He-Man rode a tiger.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm totally just. Actually, Caveman Rick had his. I was going to say
Telescope.
microscope. It was a telescope, and he had it pinpointed on a
Bald eagle.
the other
last
day.
weekend.
Nice.
All right, we've got a Tiger of Missouri versus a Raider of Texas Tech. Red Raider, if that,
Tiger.
If your colors are problematic to you.
Tiger.
Give me the pirate.
Okay, well, you're out of luck. Arkansas, Arkansas, that's the Razorbacks taking on the Red Storm, Red Lightning, if you will. So, Red Razorback versus Red Lightning.
I take the Lightning.
I'll take the Lightning.
Yeah, ride the lightning, bro.
Oh, the St. John's. Moving on. All right, while we're doing that, we've also have the Blue Devil versus Bear.
Blue Devil, man. You can't kill a devil.
I don't know. You could just sprinkle holy water on them and they'll go away. Give me the Bear.
Yeah, I like the Bear too.
Try me, don't try Jesus.
Apex Predator.
So we're going what?
Bear.
All right, I like that. I like that better than the Blue Devil one. We've got the Flames versus the Zips, which is an daggum kangaroo.
Give me the Flames.
Yeah, fire takes down lots.
Yeah, Flames. Yeah.
Ask
All
California.
All right, we have the Cougars of BYU versus the Grizzlies of Montana.
Go give me the Grizzlies.
All right, moving on to the next one. We've got Vandy and the Commodores versus the Tide of Elephants, the Crimson Tide.
Commodore. Yeah, I said it.
Give me the Elephant Stampede.
Thank you. Great call. That was actually your best pick of the afternoon. What do you have?
Really don't gotta
Easy.
go on
Pump the
them,
brakes.
I think I got to go Tide here.
Yes! All right. Let's move on. We have the Cougars of Houston versus the Bulldogs of Georgia.
Cougars.
Cougs all day.
Yeah, sorry, Georgia.
All right. We have the Tigers of Clemson versus the Boilermakers of Purdue.
Boilermakers.
A train.
Nothing stops a train.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right. We have the... I don't even know what the heck I got. Oh, Musketeers versus Trojans.
Musketeers. There's
Trojan.
Musketeers are
got a
savvy.
foil, dude. They got like just a crappy little soy.
But they're savvy, man.
No, they're
like,
not.
I mean,
So you got Musketeer.
No.
I got Musketeer.
You got Musketeer. What do you have?
I got the Trojan, man. Musketeer, we already established it's a
You got the
crappy candy
Trojan?
bar.
So, all right, we got Trojan moving on here. And then we have Bruin versus Volunteer.
Bruin.
So,
The Bars.
funny how us
I
as
we saw that with that
human
Leonardo DiCaprio
beings,
movie,
we
didn't we?
have
Revenant?
become the, pinnacle of the predators.
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet? We dominated every animal to get to this point, didn't we?
We got some other stuff like the lightning that we can't touch.
Shark? When have we ever gone one-on-one with a shark?
Well, yeah, but we don't want that. That's not the territory we need.
No shark team made the tournament.
Well,
I've never eaten a whale.
We got 4 minutes until the first 4 comes up. We're not going to be able to get through this. So what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, we're at the Sweet 16 of
the lightning was going to take it all anyways. It's lightning.
The lightning.
Well, there's also a storm in there too.
There's cyclone in there too.
The lightning's still going to take everything down, dude. Give me the lightning.
I just disagree.
The
with
lightning
that.
starts fires.
I thought it was going to be the elephants. You know how many times an elephant has been struck by an element?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not an elephant, so I don't know.
Is there a record log of this we can go back and look up?
2,700 times, bro. If you haven't seen that, then you haven't been looking up history. And if you haven't been looking up history...
Real quick, is Morgan Freeman narrating it? Because if not, I'm not watching it.
He is narrating it, but it will be much better than his... salutations to the NASCAR driving.
He did the gentleman start your engines at the NASCAR race this past weekend.
Start your engines.
I didn't hear it. Was it good?
No, actually, it was actually
not for Morgan Freeman.
For Morgan Freeman, you would have thought because of his voice, it would have been very like what's a good word for it? Like profound or something. But it was just like
profound's good.
Gentlemen, start your engines. It was like really just mundane.
It was like that. It was like, gentlemen, start your engines.
And I was like,
so he did it, and he turned around and went, "Where's my check?"
Yeah.
I guess But I was thinking he should have been like, "Gentlemen,
I mean,
start
he
your
could
engines."
have went so Shawshank on him, you know. But he just went Nawshank on him and said, "You ain't getting none
I miss my
of
friend."
this."
It was very, very like not like what you would have thought. Yeah.
All right, which Bengals wide receiver gets traded first? Jamar Chase or T. Higgins?
Did you know?
Neither.
Did you know
your
what?
bracket has 1 in 9 quintillion chance of being
I did know
right.
that. I did know that. 1 in 9 quintillion. Do you even know what that number looks like? I don't.
You have more chance of winning the lottery.
And getting eaten by a shark and struck by lightning all
in
at the same time.
day.
Yeah.
I personally don't want you guys to think too hard on that. I personally would like you to think that you have a very high chance of winning bracketology by going to ESPNPC.com and clicking on the Big Bracket Challenge and getting in. Because guess what? At 11:15 a.m. tomorrow morning, the brackets will lock. So if you're not in by then, and we're sitting here and we're talking about, oh, look at what my team did, look at what my team did, this, all that, you ain't got nothing to say about it unless you dive in to the ESPNPC.com Big Bracket Challenge. $250. Are you kidding me? $250. And yes, Adam Goff, you are eligible to win this
Appreciate
year.
that.
What is something that you'd like to leave us with this afternoon? Because I've got 45 seconds. Jesus loves you, so do I. What do you got?
Also, you win a 12 dozen custom cookies from Buy Me Custom Cookies and Treats as well.
All right.
250.
For Caveman Rick, Banji Balmadella, Adam Goff, I'm David Hayes. We're the Afternoon Underdogs. First 4 coming up next.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida presents the madness of college basketball.